Hello everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498, and in today's motovlog what I'd like to talk about is motorcycle related as usual on my channel, and that topic is about one particular middleweight Japanese made adventure bike that I feel like someone coming from a dual sport, what I'm riding, which is a 2024 Honda 300 LS. I feel like a lot of people would maybe graduate or have an addition to, the next stepping stone, or keep the little dual sport and get a middleweight adventure bike after this. And my recommendation, in my opinion, that probably would be a good choice, even though I've not ridden one, would be one of the new, I believe they just come out in 22 or 23, I can't remember, sorry. Too many bikes on the brain a lot of times. But a Suzuki 800 DE. The 800 DE, which I know is not a B anymore. It's a parallel twin. I know that. But I do feel like that bike is kind of similar to like the Yamaha Tenere, but a little more road biased, a little heavier weight. The V Strom has a little bit more suspension travel, a couple inches more, but I feel like it being a little bit heavier would probably help it on the road. So if you're more like an 80-20 rider, the Suzuki would be a little bit better choice in my opinion. If you're just going to do like BDRs and stuff with it, if you're kind of an experienced off-road rider, I think that could be done fairly easy. As long as you don't try to take it up like single track, that probably would not be fun, I'm sure. But there are people out there who can do that. But I wouldn't I would recommend starting at that anyway. But Suzuki makes great bikes, just like Yamaha and Honda and Kawasaki. I feel like of any of the big four adventure bikes would serve anybody well. There's not a bad bike out there anymore, but there are lots of choices, and it makes it hard to choose. And that's kind of why doing this kind of podcast-ish style, just to talk about it, because I feel like it's worth mentioning, and I feel like I can voice my opinion, because I've had adventure bikes and a dual sport, kind of went from one to the other, unfortunately, and learned my lesson the hard way. But they're great bikes, at dual sports, and that's not what I mean. This video is about the Suzuki. The Suzuki, just really, it really, I feel like is really good value for your money. If you're like 5'10" and under like me, I feel like the Suzuki is a really good choice if you're going to do mostly road and the occasional off-road. It's kind of heavy, right at 500 pounds, yes, but it's got good power. It's got lots of safety aids, and about the only thing it really doesn't come from the factory. Wow, this tunnel's really dark today, crazy. But I feel like I bet you the camera went crazy through that, especially with the ND filter on. Sorry guys. But I feel like the Suzuki, it would be a really great choice for anybody looking to get into middleweight ADV bike. What in the world is that? Huh? So much new stuff popping up these days, especially in East Tennessee. Every time you turn around, something new is built or something new is open. But the V Strom, it's got good power, good electronics, traction control, ABS, rider modes, 11-inch suspension travel. Although I've heard from not only owners but reviewers, it is a little on the soft side, but I feel like it's a little bit heavier weight and a little bit lower seat height would make it easier to deal with the weight, because of the lower seat height that people like 5'11" to like 5'6", and even someone at 5'6", it probably wouldn't be too bad. Like, I think the V Strom has a seat height of like almost 33 inches, but Some of the middleweight adventure bikes, like especially like the KTM 890R, are like a 36-inch seat height. They're pretty tall, comparably. Just to give you some reference, you know. And I had an 890 Adventure myself, the base model, not the S, but the one after that, the one that basically the 790 CF Moto branded, made, whatever, replaced it. You know, in 2023 or 2024 model year, whatever it was. All that stuff gets confusing sometimes. Sorry, but it's just it's a lot of fun. What in the world, people? Pay attention. But some of that stuff is a little weird to try to go through and, you know, compare. But I feel like if the seat height is your concern, even though I love Yamahas, the Tenere 700 would be a really good choice if you could learn to deal with the seat height. The Yamaha's probably a little bit better off-road because the anti-squat feature thing, and you know, it makes a little less power, so it's a little tamer, probably, you know, the low to mid-range than maybe Suzuki. But Suzuki, I feel like, would be a good bike. I don't think you could go wrong with the Suzuki or the Yamaha. Oh my lord, I just thought it on camera. That's what I get for trying to talk and almost missed the red light. Oops. I'm not going to hit that out just because I am a human being. But you know, I feel like that, you know, that bike would be a great choice. I'll be honest with you, I've looked at the pros and cons between the two, and it would be even a tough decision for anybody. I feel like I don't think either one is a bad bike, like I said, but both have their pros and cons. The Suzuki has a little more suspension travel, but it's a little softer sprung, which means it's probably a little bit more compliant on the road than the Tenere. But the Tenere has, you know, probably a little bit better suspension, probably a little bit better off-road if you can handle the high center of gravity and kind of, you know, the taller seat height. It's crapshoot, really. Like, you can't go wrong with either bike, but I feel like Suzuki is a valuable option as well. And some of this might make it into another video where I'm comparing the two, and now I'm kind of getting off topic and talking about the Yamaha instead, but I figured that would come up, so I figured I would mention it in this video also. But that's about all I got for today's motovlog, guys. So if you've not already done so, please like, share, and subscribe. Ride safe and have fun, and we will see you on the next one. See ya.